लाइट जरा एडजस्ट कर दें. सिक लाइट
जल्दी. कौन सी साइड? ऊपर नीचे
उधर. हाँ. ठीक है.
परफेक्ट निशान आता है.
Okay. So hello everyone. I'm trying to sound like the Raja and Rani that I was talking about. Sorry, I was a tad delayed because of my supper. Does that give you a clue what I'm going to talk about today? Anyone? So, okay, this was very unplanned, but somebody had requested to do a reading on a recent death that happened. You will get the clues. I'm not going to take any names as yet, but you will get the clues. Not about myself. Why would I do a reading for myself? Hi. Why don't you all come on to YouTube? And that is the reason. So, okay. Hi, Wanda. Hi, Manav. Hi, Nupur. Hi, Gurbinder. Hi, Savi. But what is this? Tina, are you Ria relative? Are you here? I didn't understand that bit because there doesn't seem to be any Tina here. Well, hi, Dahlia. So I was requested to do a reading about a certain death. And the reason I was requested to do the reading is because the death happened on a certain date that numerologically was very interesting. I'm not doing any tarot cards right now. Maybe after I finish this. Thank you so much, Nilima. After I finish this, we'll see where it goes. But right now, after I started actually delving into this, doing the analysis, I think that I came up with something which may be quite, how do I'm forgetting the word. Okay, Archangel Samuel, can you please remind me what that word is? It could be very intriguing. It could be very surprising. It could be... Thank you. Hi, RM. And Precious Smile. So I don't remember who exactly asked me. So the title of this video is Ek Tha Raja, Ek Thi Rani. Now, Ek Tha Raja, Ek Hai Rani. So can you think of any king who's no more, but the queen is? Now, I was doing last few days, why I've taken long to do this reading is because I was trying to do some research, because of which I happened to, when I Googled certain things and dates, I found out that there was a series on it. So although I haven't completed it and I haven't completed my research, but when I was watching the series, I realized that it was a farce. It was not the truth. Okay, Nupur. And so I thought it's better, let me go by my numerological, whatever insight I get. So I had to find out a lot of dates, the marriage date, the coronation date, the children's birth dates, the date the country found, I wouldn't say independent, but the country was formed in the way it is. Yes, it is right now, because some countries were given independence and some countries decided to take independence, fight and take it. I'm sorry, I've just had my dinner. Like I said, I thought I got delayed because of my supper. That's how they talk, isn't it? So, I've been thinking, yes, Shweta. So I've been thinking, or the only news everybody is sharing, or the only thing anybody is talking about, in fact, I just realized today that it includes me as well, is only negative news about COVID. And there needs to be some smile, some joy. We all, including me, need to raise our vibrations, because a lot of my friends and family are also going through that same situation. Extended family, close family, immediate family. Hi Priyanka, hi everyone. Parth, yes. So okay, so I forgot to mention the live yesterday was that I was supposed to do about adopting children and laws on adoption in India. So Neela happened to get an urgent, so something urgent came up. Now, I don't know whether it is related to COVID or whether it is related to one of her clients. Something urgent came up and she was forced to cancel it. She has asked for apologies and she has promised that she will be here very soon. Date. Actual info came recently. What was that, precious smile? Date Alexa disclosed, but the actual info. So, what was the actual info? Could you please tell me about it? Because from what I Googled, it was the 9th of April. And the funeral has already happened, I believe. So, okay. Hi, Devi. So, okay, I did read the date of the funeral, but I think it has already happened a couple of days later, if I'm not wrong. I think it was the 12th. Now, when you say that the actual date, actual info came recently, I have news for you. I did the Queen and the King, both of them's numerology. Let me first speak about the son of the man who gave away India to its gave India its independence, and gave his wife, apparently, which is what was said in the series, to the man who led the country. Yes. Not only that, so he gave his wife away as well, because the then prime minister, whoever did become the prime minister, was very fond of women, apparently. And that is why he agreed on certain terms and conditions to do it on the 15th of August. Although 15th of August was not a good date anyway. So that man's son, who is not called the king and he is called the prince, although I believe if a man is king, his wife is the queen, and if the wife is the queen, then the man has to be called the king. But well, so he was born on the 10th of June 1921. Now note these dates in your mind. Of course, it's not very important to us, but it may change the history of the world. It may change a lot of things. That is what made it so interesting for me, that okay, right. So 10th of June 1921. Now the numbers that I see, the things that I could make out from the numbers is: one, this man was very lonely. Two, I don't know about history. I don't know if it is there in the history books or in the series, or people talk about it, or if scandals have happened. But yes, I'm sure he's had a lot of affairs. In fact, when I was researching, I read about something about an affair with a man. I think that's what it was. So, yes, there were a lot of things, because he was a lonely man. He was not the kind of man to just sit behind and sit behind and support. He wanted the reins in his hand. He wanted his name, his last name, and everything, his children to have the last name for, it would have been the legacy of the royal family of the country. But that did not happen. He had a lot of disappointments in life. I see a lot of numbers here, which clearly speak about disappointments in life. He was very intelligent. He was very smart. He was very analytical. PM. So he was very, it's already written there. So the prince who recently died on the 9th of April, he was analytical. He was, over years, had become very bitter because of, first of all, his childhood. That is what I realized, that his childhood was not good. And when I did research, I found out that he had to be smuggled from his country into this country. And because she wanted to marry him, he was given the title of Duke and all those things. So the sex scandals started very early. Now, there are certain dates that are very important in his life, certain numbers that are very important in his life. The number 11 is very important as far as his marriage is concerned. And it comes up so frequently that the marriage happened to happen on the 20th, which is 11 November. That is, 11 is the number of the month, November. So that is again a 2. In 1947, and 4 and 7 is again a 2. That means 4 plus 7 is 11, 2. At the age of 26, 8 is a very important number, a lucky number for him. And also, that is when he was awarded the title and the style of the Royal Highness. He, whatever important dates occurred in his life, it happened in the multiples of 8 and 7. And his children being born, 1, 2, 3, 4 children. 1, 2, 3, 4 children. Here, in this case, again, 9 and 11 becomes very important. The death of the mother, and he dies at the age of 96. Now, 6 is an important number for him in a lot of places because, first of all, he's born in June, so that is another 6. And in his names, there are places where he has 6. And at the ages, so where all 8, 9, the numbers 8, 9, and 11 are important because they're going to follow in his wife's chart as well. At the age of 26, of course, he got married and got the title and all. At the age of 36, 43, and 29, 39, 27, this is when the children are born. So all these important numbers. Now, according to the personal number on the day he died, if this is the day he died, I do not believe that it was a natural death. I believe that, so he was old. He was 90, 90, where have I written that? He died at the age of 90, 96 or something. 90, 82, 83, 85, 86, 20, 86, 87, 88, 9, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99. So yeah, he was 99 almost, right? So his original name was very long, which was taken away from him, Yeshweta. I'm not surprised as well. So I'm not saying that he was murdered or he was killed. I'm just saying that maybe he was so sick that there are sometimes people who do mercy killings, or I don't know if he had taken rather the COVID vaccination. And I'm so not liking myself right now in the frame. My God, I'm looking like 20 kilos more than what I do. Okay. So, the numbers on that particular day are 8 and 2. So I feel and I believe, other than that, on the numbers on that particular day are also 4. That's a 22-4. Thank you, Mega. So I feel that I will not say it's a conspiracy. I think he's probably relieved of the kind of life he was leading. And thank you, Precious. I think he was relieved of the life he was leading, and he was never really happy in his life. He was he never really had a good career. He had disappointments even there because the career was taken away from him, and he was just like a showpiece in the house. So towards the latter part of his life, he may have become a little bit too analytical, cribbing a lot and complaining a lot and becoming very aggressive. But I feel that he really, no, I am 100% sure that this was not a completely natural death. Now, coming to the wife, and after that, what I found out when I was finding out certain dates. Yes, money does not give happiness. I was finding out certain dates, and I found out that the country is going to be a complete mess once this lady takes an exit, because she herself also is just about, a few years short of 99. So, according to me, between the age of 97, 98, hi Rupa, between the not audible, you can't hear me? Okay. No, I'm not on mute. I'm not on mute. Now, can you hear me? Oh my God. Okay, so shall I start all over again? Okay, I'll just share the YouTube video on Instagram. So when I was saying that once this lady takes an exit, which according to me is going to be, no, Instagram, people are saying that I'm not audible. But so, okay, some people are saying I'm audible and Amit is saying I'm not audible. Amit, can you please check your volume button? Yes, that's who I am talking about. So between the age when she is 97, 98, which is going to be in the year 2023-24, I believe that she's going to take an exit. And she is going to do that, but that's not going to be 93. That's not going to be out of old age or sickness. Yes. So there may be, a will to go because maybe she's tired. Yes, that's what I mean. Exit meaning that's what I mean. Yes. And in this case, again, the same numbers of 6, 7, 8, 9, and 11 are very important. Again, so when I was seeing the series on Netflix, the whole thing has been portrayed in a manner where, oh my God, everybody is like a saint. Now, nobody was a saint. Yes, divine, that's what I'm talking about. Nobody was a saint, and everybody had their own had their own thing going on the side. Although for her, what interesting numbers she has. She was very fond of traveling, or rather, she was forced to travel. She was very reactive, and now there is a certain number that comes in which tells me that she loved to hurt people. Now, when I say hurt people or loved to hurt people, basically it is she can go all out and do what needed for her selfish motives, or in the benefit of her position. And she could. And when I was going through this chart and that number came up in both these charts, it just reminded me of adrenochrome. And I have heard, I don't know how far it is true, but I have heard about cannibalism. But I don't know if that is true. But considering what the numbers are, it is a possibility. She was a loner, and she was a very secretive kind of a person. So unlike her sister, whose life was all about scandals, this person's life, the leading woman, was not about scandals, but rather her life was so secretive that even if there would have been something happening, nobody would really know about it. And while I was watching that series, I think I got an inkling of why and how and who. And I really felt sad for the man who passed away. Okay, now coming to the country. So these people are not really important to us anymore. But as Indians, we all have a bitterness towards this family or this country people for putting Indians through 200, 300, or 250, whatever years of torture and slavery. We did not deserve it. They ruined our country. They took away our valuables, our jewelry, and a lot of things. And I am not doing that question here, Shweta, but okay, let me finish this. So then I turned to the country. So from what we see, whatever is happening in the political story, the grandson has walked out with his wife, and the other grandson has kind of joined him in slamming and shaming the family and put them under the bus. The interview that was given to Oprah, apparently certain things in that were not true, but it cannot be 100% true, 100% false, because if an heir to the throne is going to walk out, there has to be more to it than that. So we all know that, yes, a lot of things must have been happening in the family, in the palaces, but nobody can actually prove it. Now, after the grandchildren have walked out, remains the son of this man and this woman, who we already know has what I've known or what I feel or what I believe, has gotten his wife killed because of his affair with another one, and he wanted to marry her and he could not go in for a divorce because according to the monarchy, there are certain rules, and anybody who does something like that cannot ascend the throne. Yes, so because of abrogation of 370, Modi had gone there and met her sometime before. They decided to remove so that they are taken into confidence. Remove what? Okay, I don't know. Remove 370. Okay, okay. All right. So basically, the man that has gotten married to this other woman and who is now going to be the successor, I feel somewhere once this woman exits, the children, I don't know if they will come back because marital scandals and so they want to portray a family, they want to portray or lead the nation in a manner to say that you need to have a proper family, no divorces, no affairs, no extramarital affairs, and that is a wrong thing to do. You should not be doing that. Wherein, if you actually peep into that country, or all over the world as of today, every second person is doing it. They're just not talking about it. So every second person is doing it. Okay. So he must be, but I read somewhere that the prince and the wife who had left the palace had welcomed him in their team or something like that. So he basically may be still there in the monarchy, but I believe he's not happy with the way things are as well. So I decided to find out the date when this country actually was formed in the way it is today. And what did I find out? 6 December 1921, the treaty, some treaty, you can Google it, happened, and the total comes to a 4. Now, this again is the 6th of December. And there is a 369 involved. So 6th of December adds to a 9, whereas in 1921, 2-1 is a 3, adds to a 4. So the total is 4. And eventually the country was formed the way it is as of today on the 8th of December, 1922. So I'm talking about exactly 100 years before. That is 6 December 1921. Whereas the formation, because between 21 and 22, a lot of wars were fought to maintain that piece of island. And it actually happened on 8th of December 1922, which is now, the total is number 7. According to whatever I've read, the Independence Day for Ireland is 8 December 1922. Whereas the treaty was actually signed on 6th of December and on 7th of Jan 1922, triplicate mandate or whatever with the council and all that had happened, all that political drama. I mean, the documentation and all of that. But it's actually the 8th of December when Ireland received its, you can say, independence. So both these dates are important. Now, both these numbers are not very great numbers for this woman, the one who is for now reigning. They're not very great numbers for her. But obviously, after an age of 90 plus, she must have adapted to those numbers. But from what I feel, so what I did was so I've done this when I did Sushant's readings initially as well. In the first couple of readings for Sushant or for other people, I had done that. And I wanted a little insight, although I'm not an astrologer. So I took out the astrology charts of those particular dates based in those places. And what did I find? I found Saturn, Mars, Jupiter, and Rahu sitting in the 4th house, Ketu in the 10th house, which is why whatever that whole set of islands was made as started breaking up. And that is after that date when India also got its independence and a lot of other countries also got their independence. Much later, after India, even I believe Hong Kong got its independence. And when I did the chart of 8th of December, again, the Sun and Mars are in Scorpio in the 8th house. Well, it's in the 10th house, but this I've just taken a random time. We don't know the exact time. But Sun and Mars with Mercury in Scorpio, I don't think is a very great place to be in. So I feel with both these charts, when I compare, I had an idea that this country is going to further break up, possibly. If not, I had a question in my mind, will this monarchy kind of collapse? And I did a Prashna Kundli, I did some numbers, and what I found, originally taken from Indian, to understand how to sustain a nation, and that's why they're still surviving, and all negative propaganda are done. But the unfortunate thing is that when Lord Mountbatten decided, yes, I know that, but when Lord Mountbatten decided to give India independence on 15th of August, now actually speaking, even Pakistan got its independence on 15th August, but they celebrated on 14th August, which is still better. Now, had India decided to do that, we would have been in a better place. But India went ahead with Mountbatten and listened to what he had to say. And the astrological combination during that time and the nakshatras that the planets were in was a disaster for India. And seriously, what India needs to do, India needs to take hold of itself. All the constitutions, what are those? What is it called? Goa, Daman, Diu, Chandigarh, and all these places. It needs to take them under its wing. I don't know if it's planning to join Nepal in India. I don't know about Kashmir and all of that. But it needs to bring about astrologically a new date for the formation or foundation of India. I wish somebody would do that, because that would really change the fate of India. If India has to be on top, it has to be number one tomorrow. Something like that needs to be done. Yes, not only that, the Rahu Ketu placement was not good, and not good. And currently, Rahu Ketu placement, I think, is in the same place, if I'm not wrong. I'm not very sure. I don't remember. They should, union territories. बुढ़ापे में थोड़ी याददाश्त कमजोर हो जाती है. Thank you. So, I did a Prashna Kundli, and I believe that the family will break up, the monarchy will break up, and it will become just like any other country. So that's what I feel about this whole thing. Now, when I read about 9th of April 2021, which totals to a 9, 9 is the number of completion. If y'all have seen my numerology videos that I had shared videos on master numbers as well. I had shared videos on each and every number, and 9 being the number of completion. When I Googled 9th of April, there were a lot of incidents that had happened. In fact, there was World War I, which had happened between certain countries on that date as well. And of course, there's a long list in the last 2000 years or more of people who were born and dead. But yes, it is a very important date, because April is when the Hindu New Year begins. So generally around that period, the the new moon and the full moon happens. So the new moon happens around 12th, 13th of April, and that is just before that. So the energies generally, and it's always the sun and the moon placement is always with Aries and Libra. So yes, it's a new beginning for the 9th of April, kind of. It depends on what year now. So if it was, say, 1921, then 1921, then it would be the 10th of April that would add up to a 9 and would make a difference. So that is what this was about. एक था राजा और एक है रानी, जाने कब वाली है? 2023, 24? Is that what I said? When she's 97, 90, between 97, 98, in the month of approximately, I'll tell you the month. I did calculate that. Okay, so if it does not happen in February 22, which I doubt will, 2000 February 2022, and if it doesn't happen on October 2022, then the other two dates are to September 2023, but I feel it's more likely to happen in August 2024. No. Why would his spirit be dangerous for the world? You know how many people have died in... Okay, so I think my subject here is over. So I think I will just shut down Instagram so I can continue talking on YouTube. In case you all would like to, hi Abhi, hi Gitu. And in case you all would like to continue listening to what I'm saying or watching me, please hop onto YouTube. It becomes too long a video on Instagram to share, actually. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Okay. तो मुश्किल हो जाता है दो तरफ ध्यान देना. So, one sec, huh? Okay, better. I don't like to share my face on the screen. Hitler spirit roaming around. Exactly. तो इतने सारे लोग मरे हैं इतने सारे wars में, तो their spirits are always around. You don't know. I mean, not only that, all the people who've died in so many thousands of years. So the population has increased because many of them have taken rebirth. But on the other hand, there obviously are people who are still wondering where I am. They cannot believe that they are dead. And so that's the minor difference between spirit and soul. What might happen? That's what I just said. So what might happen is obviously her son will take her place, but I don't think, I've not done his chart. I think I should have. I've not done his chart, but I think over time, it's time now when this effect or this respect for this family it's already started going down the drain. And why am I sweating? I'm always sweating, even with the AC on. Okay. So somebody was asking me today why I don't do questions on Sushant Singh's case. Now, the thing is that when I started, I will not talk about anybody else. When I started, everybody was talking about suicide. Everybody, as in, the authorities or whatever. And I couldn't take it. I had to, reach out to people so that they can protest. Somebody would protest. But when I realized that a lot of people are protesting and a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people are talking about it and, trying to find out about it and all, I'm sorry, it's just too hot for me to bear anymore. Then, whatever questions, so there were questions that I needed to ask my cards, and so I asked. But now, after all that is happening, and the way NK Sood and everybody is, that 5-6 day, 1 week, I don't know how many days live that Vibhor did, and analyzed. He literally did a surgery of every aspect of the case, which was really good. I mean, people were talking about everything and anything, and he was like continuously there 24/7. So yes, it was good, and I don't think there's any those kinds of questions left that I need to pull out cards to answer them. We all know actually, and in reality, what has happened and who are involved. The only thing left to see is who is arrested when, or when does justice happen. So even this is part of our justice, don't forget, because if it's related to adrenochrome, if it is related to adrenochrome, then divine justice, as I said, will definitely happen. And tomorrow I will come back with the forest meditation, which the trailer of which all of you all liked a lot. Now, if you all have any questions that you all want to ask me, speak to me. Sadly, this is not StreamYard, so I cannot post the link because I didn't think it was going to be that long. But yes, if you want to talk about something, I'm here. Make a video on Yug Parivartan, age of Aquarius, which has already begun. So many astrologers say yes. The 2020 and 2030 is the time of Yug Parivartan, and we will be in Satyug. We will not be in Satyug so soon. Okay. Now, coming to the phase between 2020 to 2030. It's not going to be easy. Let me warn you. Don't think कि कोविड का सेकेंड फेज खत्म हो जाएगा और हम लोग will go get back to our normal lives, and next year life will be normal. And no. So first of all, that link that somebody had shared with me, I'm sorry, I'm fidgeting because I'm unable to sit, it's paining. That link that somebody had shared with me clearly mentioned that whoever released COVID, manufactured and released it, they plan to keep releasing it till 2025. Now, whether they decide to release it in 2020 till 2025 or not, irrespective, 2020 was the beginning of the earth changing. 2021, I have been saying since last year that there's going to be a lot of structural and major changes in earth because of natural calamities. Fires have been happening. Today a fire happened in a hospital in Virar in Mumbai, and 13 COVID patients died. But compared to what I am talking about, that was nothing. Compared to the number of deaths or the magnanimity of the natural calamities that I'm talking about. If you've seen that live that I did it some afternoon about the Yellowstone National Park and earthquake in the Himalayas. Now, that does not mean that everybody from the Himalayas is going to shift down south. What if that earthquake happens in the ocean and there's a tsunami and the coastal cities drown? Because we've been hearing about it for years that that's going to happen. So you can't say exactly the date and time and place it's going to happen. But yes, what happened to Uttarakhand glacier today? I don't know about it. Yes, Mumbai ki to vaat lagi hui hai. So I will tell you, in 2021, I had, if you have seen my 2021, numerology analysis video and tarot video in that I uploaded in December. The moment you open my profile on YouTube, that is my page on YouTube, the first video on top is about 2021. If you go back and see, I'm wearing the same dress. If you go back and see, I have mentioned that this year I see civil wars, riots, war, maybe between two countries happening. I see natural calamities happening. Don't forget, it's a year of five, number five. So that is something I see happening, and I see it happening because of numbers. But if you tally it with astrology, maybe a few days here and there, but it will happen. And that is why we have been facing so much since 2019, 21st December 2019, when all the planets were in Sagittarius. That is when things started shifting. And we knew that it's going to shift because of that. And after that, in 2020, again, on I think 25th December or something, there were so many planets in one. I don't mind, but what questions are you talking about, Magic? And I don't know what happened. War, when I talk about war, and whenever I talk about in my videos of my numerology or tarot, Nupur or Shweta, I don't talk about just India. If I'm talking about India, I will mention that, especially so in India. But when I do these videos, I'm actually talking about the whole world. It could be any place in the world. So, so that I had mentioned in Jan when I had done a reading about the SSR case, that you want question and answers for what exactly, Magic? Oh, it burst. The glacier burst. Oh my God. Oh, oh. Yes, disastrous deluge in Kerala. And hello, let's travel for lights. कल की अवतार होने वाला है. कल की अवतार को अभी बहुत टाइम है. बहुत टाइम है. And personal questions, no, not today, but Magic, I will do it soon because I'm preparing my students as their exam to come on board with me, four of them. I don't know if four of them will come on board with me on YouTube and take free questions for all of you, personal questions or SSR questions or whatever questions is it that you want, because that's their exam. So US is leaving Afghanistan. Is it good or bad for India? So Amit, like I spoke that day 2 days back when I was talking about gratitude and I was talking about negative diets. It's called negative diet, that I do not watch the news and I do not read the newspaper. And politics and cricket are two things that I stay miles away from because it's so dirty and it's so fake that I have absolutely no interest in it. And that is not my field. ओ उधर गांधी बैठे या वो पप्पू बैठे या मोदी बैठे या कोई भी बैठे, मेरी जिंदगी में कुछ बेटर होने वाला हो तो मैं उसके बारे में सुनूं. अभी तक तो जो हो रहा है, it's nothing really has changed for the better since the last whatever my age is that I've been, जब से होश संभाला है, पॉलिटिक्स क्या होता है समझा है. मेरी जिंदगी में तो कुछ अच्छा नहीं हुआ उस पॉलिटिक्स या किसी की भी वजह से. तो इंटरनेशनल पॉलिटिक्स में क्या होता है क्या नहीं, मैंने कभी इंटरेस्ट नहीं लिया. मे बी व्हेन आई डू अमित, व्हेन आई डू द क्वेश्चंस ऑन टैरो और माय स्टूडेंट्स डू इट, प्लीज रिपीट दिस क्वेश्चन, कम एंड आस्क दिस क्वेश्चन, मे बी वी कैन सी फाइंड आउट. वैसे तो अफगानिस्तान यूएस इज लीविंग, तो वो अफगानिस्तान है, वो अफगानिस्तान के लिए अच्छा है या नहीं, पहले तो वो फाइंड आउट करना है. ऑब्वियसली अफगानिस्तान वुड लव इट. And I think it's a good thing for the whole world that people stay in their own countries. Why do you want to take over another country? First of all, why do you have those borders? Why do you have that enmity? Why do you have that anger towards each other? Why is that ambition to take over control and power over the others? अपनी अपनी जिंदगी जी लो ना यार. मतलब आप सोचो, आज आप अपने नेबर के घर जाओगे स्वॉर्ड लेके, काट पीट के फेंक दोगे, उनका घर ले लोगे, क्या मिलने वाला है? क्या मिलने वाला है? कुछ मिलने वाला है? ज्यादा से ज्यादा उनके घर में जितना पड़ा है वो सामान इस्तेमाल हो जाएगा. पर कितने सारे लोगों को दुखी किया, किसी का हक छीना, वो जो बुरे कर्म किए, उसका क्या? सो व्हाई शुड एनीबडी डू दैट? आई नो. Yes, we will do a collective meditation tomorrow when Neil Vora comes and we do that forest meditation. When we do that forest meditation, I'll speak to Neil tomorrow morning. Maybe we can send that light or power across to the whole world and Mother Earth. We'll do that. I'll speak to Neil in the morning. That's a good idea. Okay. All right. They should stay in their country. Yes, I believe so. पहली बात तो वो उन लोगों को ही यहाँ आना नहीं चाहिए था. एंड दे सो इतने हजारों सालों से सब राजा एक दूसरे के देश के ऊपर कब्जा कर रहे हैं. हिंदुस्तान में जितने राजा थे सब एक दूसरे की जमीन छीनने की कोशिश करते थे. तो ये मेरा इलाका है, ये मेरा देश है, और ये है और वो है, or you have to follow my religion. Now these people want everybody to follow their religion. So the Catholics want everybody should turn Christian, the Muslims want everybody to turn Muslim. तुझे क्या मिलने वाला भाई? कोई हूर ना मिलती ऊपर जाके. No, forget it. No, I don't think that men have evolved. In fact, I think that they have regressed. Because earlier, humans used to talk to each other mentally through telepathy. MM. MM? Sorry, can you expand on that? So, okay, so when you're asking when we say goodbye to COVID, now I don't know about COVID, and I believe in raising vibrations. I don't believe in giving bad news. And I hate giving bad news. Since 2019, I've done nothing but give bad news. And I feel so guilty when it happens later. Okay, oh shit, I said this and somebody comes back to me, you said this and this happened. I mean, it's not like I said it and it happened. It happened because it was going to happen, and it was just my analysis which made me say that this may happen. Acha. So no, I don't think so. I don't know. I haven't thought till there. But it's going to be Harry, not his wife. If he does become, if he takes over the ground, that's another story. But I think he's shifted to Canada, right? So he has given up that family. So what was I talking about? I was talking about the years from 2021 onwards. So 2021, that is what I expect because of the numbers. I don't know the planetary combinations in 2022, but the one thing I do know is that Saturn is going to shift. So financially, the world at large is going to do better. So at least, thank God, that is one good news. Obviously, it's not going to happen overnight. I think Saturn shifts in Jan 2022 or maybe September, October 2021, something like that. I don't remember the date. Saturn is going to shift in Aquarius, so that's going to be a good news. That's going to be, financially beneficial for everyone. Rahu Ketu is going to shift. So Rahu Ketu kab shift hua tha? let me just check. Okay, 1 second. Rahu Ketu is going to shift into Aries, which which is like relationship wise, I don't think it's going to be a very great thing. Rahu Ketu in Rahu in Aries is going to happen in 2022. Okay, it's going to happen in 2022. April 12, 2022 is when that's going to happen. And before that, it's March 17, 2022. So March onwards, okay, I will do that. Okay, I'll do that, Sunita. So Rahu Ketu shift is going to mess up relationships, partnerships. It's going to bring a lot of learnings. Rahu may bring health issues. Ketu will bring relationship issues. Saturn coming into Aquarius is going to be aspecting Rahu, which is so Rahu in Aries, I don't think is a very great place to be. So now 2022 adds up to a 6 and 22 adds up to a 4. So I believe food industry, health industry, medicine, as in I'm not talking about pharmaceuticals, but I'm talking about doctors and surgeons industry. So it's going to affect that. It's not going to be very great. There is definitely going to be some political issues that the world may face. And, things like what happened with Kashmir or what is happening now, USA and Afghanistan. So political issues, definitely. And food related, political, and so yes, a lot of people are going to die even in 2022. 2023, again, 2 plus 3 adds to a 5, and the total adds to 7. It's not going to be a very great year. It's going to be a year of learning. It's going to be a year of learning about relationships. It could have to do with the dark, people who follow the dark sciences. And yes, it could have something to do with food because it's related to number 4 and 6. So definitely it will have something to do with food, with resorts, with jewelry, with Bollywood industry. Next year, Bollywood industry का देखते हैं क्या होता है, because I feel के so when I talk about numbers, I talk about the world. So, but adrenochrome is related to Bollywood and Hollywood. And I believe that this child trafficking and adrenochrome thing, justice in that phase may happen in 2022. Abhi drugs ka chal raha hai na, because it's a number 5 year. Next year, it's going to be adrenochrome and human trafficking and organ harvesting or trafficking. Dark energy, yes. Oh. It depends on, see, I'll tell you what, शनि की 7.5 और मून की महादशा जरूरी नहीं कि बहुत बुरी हो. डिपेंड करता है कि आपका शनि कहाँ बैठा है, आपका मून कहाँ बैठा है. तो 7.5 चल रही है, 7.5 का फर्स्ट 2.5 years है, बीच का है या लास्ट का है, दैट यू हैव टू यू नो चेक. स्कूल्स तो अभी नहीं लगता मुझे रीओपन होंगे. इफ यू रिमेम्बर, आई हैड डन टैरो दैट डे when I was doing tarot about COVID in March. And I had mentioned ke 14th May ke baad we will get relief. But I clearly remember the card as well, that there is a possibility of a virus coming back in September. Now, whether it is COVID virus or whether it is some other virus, because Rahu ka effect hai, or हाँ, of course मिलेगा. सुशांत को जस्टिस जरूर मिलेगा, 101%. सैजी मून साइन, Saggy moon sign, तो हाँ, it's going to get over in 2022 Jan. So don't worry about that. But थोड़ा stress और headache रहेगा. तो एक काम करना कि थोड़ा दूध या कुछ ऐसा डोनेट कर देना किसी. So white ice cream or milk, go and donate to a school of handicapped children or blind children, and do that. Donate some black clothes or umbrella, or leather, or some shoes, old shoes or something. Donate it to orphanages or something. हाँ, इट्स बेटर नो. कैसे होंगे स्कूल्स, कैसे खुलेंगे इतने कोविड में? बच्चों को मारना है क्या? यू आर वरीड अबाउट स्कूल्स ओपनिंग, यहाँ पे वरी अबाउट this COVID going away. So anyway, I was talking about 2023. 2023 is going to be a year when your life takes a change, a shift, because people are going to get so fed up that people are going to turn to eventually faith and spirituality. जब इतना कुछ होता है ना और आप कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो, तो आखिर आपके पास एक ही चारा रह जाता है, भगवान पे भरोसा ना करके देख लिया, अब करके देखो. That is what that year is going to teach you, to go within, to live in the moment. That year of 2023 is going to teach you to live in the moment, to not worry about the past or not worry about the future, but live in the moment. So that is what 2023 is going to teach you. Of course, there's going to be a lot of travel. 2023, I think Jupiter should be in Pisces by then. So yes, there will be a lot of travel, a lot of people shifting cities, a lot of people shifting back home, or a lot of people shifting abroad, or those kinds of things will be happening. So in some ways things are going to be good, in some ways things are going to be bad. Now coming to 2024, 2024 is going to be a 44 year. 2024 जितनी मेहनत कर सकते हो कर लो, because again यहाँ पे 4 and 6 and 8 तीनों numbers आ गए 2024 में. So it's going to be a year where you need to work really hard, but that is a year numerologically, it is the effect of Rahu. I don't know now where Rahu will be then, but I think it should be in Aquarius. Effect of Rahu according to numbers, and it will be about food, it will be about farmers. Next year is going to be about farmers, definitely. So a lot of changes, and 2024 can be a year of crimes. Crime rate may really go up. Political scenario beginning from 2022 is going to see its manifestation in 2024. So whatever changes happen in 2022, it's not like something will happen overnight, but one thing will lead to another. And things will shift. Now coming to 2025, if you add 2025, 25 is 7 and 2025 is 45, which adds to a 9. And I just spoke about 9 when I started this video being the number of completion. Now, when you say 9 is the number of completion and 2025 is when this Tandav that Shiva is doing on earth, किसी के भी नाम पे कर रहा हो, वो इल्यूमिनाटी के नाम पे कर रहा हो, किसी के कोई उसकी मर्जी के बिना पत्ता नहीं हिलता. तो अगर कोई क्राइम भी कर रहा है ना, तो कहीं ना कहीं उसकी रजा है, उसकी मर्जी है, या उसकी गाइडेंस है, या समथिंग इज देयर. So there are people who are doing good. That is also because they are trying to negate what these people are doing. If somebody killed Sushant, you all are fighting for justice. So even that was orchestrated probably by God. Even this is orchestrated by God. So destiny is there, karmic debts are there. There are so many things. 2025 will bring a completion in this cycle, after which is actually when we will see a new life. Things will have changed so much by then. So many people would have died by then. Again, 2025 may have a lot of natural calamities. I don't know the planetary combinations of that year, but it will have, I believe, a lot of natural calamities. And maybe, a large part of the population would have perished. So, कल की मत सोचो और आने वाले कल की मत सोचो. जिंदगी बहुत छोटी है, इस पल में है, उसको जी लो, जी भर के, और अच्छे से जियो, प्यार से जियो, हंस के जियो. Have you ever just stood in front of the mirror and looked at your face and seen, I don't like this, or maybe I like this, or how is my nose, or how is my hair, or have you looked at your hands? Have you noticed how the lines in your palms have changed? When was the last time you noticed the lines on your palm? When you walk down from, आजकल तो बेडरूम से हॉल में ही जा सकते हो. So when you walk down from your hall to your bedroom, have you noticed what all is there, what all is broken, what all is beautiful, what all needs to be changed or discarded or cleaned? Have you noticed? Have you ever, like taken down everything from the loft or taken down your old albums and gone through it and smiled and at those memories and laughed? Have you ever just, for the heck of it, called somebody, a relative or a friend, somebody you haven't spoken to in long, and shared some good memories with them? So 2 weeks back, what I did was, I told you about it because that forest meditation that we did, I was doing it from that friend's house. I met him after what, 18, 10, 12, 15, 14 years. And I just got up and just left, and I went to his house. I said, address भेज, मैं आ रही हूँ तेरे घर पे, and मिलना है. And his mother, I mean, हम लोग बचपन से साथ में बड़े हुए हैं. His mother was so happy. His father died with COVID. His mother was so happy. I was so happy to give that happiness to someone. Have you just given, with the intention of giving happiness to someone, have you given happiness? Being happy is definitely important, but have you given happiness with the intention of giving? Okay, let me make that person happy today. That person looks sad. Let me make that person happy today. Let me bring a smile to that person's face. Sometimes, when I go to the garden, Delhi aa jaun. I know, yaar, so people in Delhi, I have a lot of people in Delhi, relatives, friends, and they keep telling me, "तू कब आ रही है?" कल ही मुझे 2 लोगों ने बोला, "तू दिल्ली कब आ रही है? बहुत दिन हो गए, आ जा." लेकिन अभी इस वक्त तो खैर कोविड में तो नहीं आ सकती. And when I do move out of Bombay, if at all, if I get the time, it's definitely not going to be Delhi. It's going to be probably, some hills I would like to go to. So, yeah. So I would suggest you were asking me about the books. I will just show you the books. Sunita was asking me, show me what is the book you read. I will just bring that. It was just in my hands and I left it in the bedroom. One sec. नहीं. When I picked up the books, my son is asking me, are you serious? Are you going to read all these books live? I guess I make guys happy when I release offer letters. What does that mean? Being in HR. Oh, yes, but that is your job. I don't mean job. So when I was saying नैनीताल तो मुझे अल्मोड़ा जाना है तो हाँ मैं शायद वहां जाऊंगी. So when I say making people happy is, what I do when I go for my walk, or I go out, or I'm in the market, or I go to the garden, and if I see somebody very serious, people are so serious. There's no smile on the face. So I just go and tell them, wow, that color really looks good on you. Or I just go and tell them, you have such beautiful eyes. And the moment I say it, they smile because everybody likes to be appreciated. You don't have to do anything more than that. Sometimes while just crossing a path, you can just smile at someone. You never know, your smile may change their day. Those two words that you say may change their day. Devi, I just came back from Kurg last month. I was there in March. So, yes, I plan to go to Kurg again though. Job is Boj now. Job is Boj. Coming to this. अमित, अगर आप किसी चीज को बोझ समझोगे तो उसे इंजॉय कैसे करोगे? और अगर आप इंजॉय नहीं करोगे तो वो जॉब करने का मतलब नहीं है. जिंदगी बहुत बोरिंग हो जाएगी. सो ईदर यू एंजॉय योर जॉब, or you give it up and you take up a career which you enjoy doing. नहीं तो change your perception. You are saying job is बोझ. आपको पता है अमित, इस दुनिया में इस वक्त ये जो सेशन देख रहे हैं ना, ये सेशन देखने वालों में कितने लोग होंगे जिनके पास जॉब है नहीं? जिनके पास बहुत सारे लोग हैं दुनिया में जिनके पास मतलब उनको सोचना पड़ता है क्योंकि a lot of businessmen are out of work because of the lockdown and COVID, and they have to really think how to put food on their table next day morning. So at home business remedies, what do you mean by remedies? So Amit, don't think like that. I just spoke yesterday or day before about gratitude. Where is your gratitude, Amit? You've been listening to me for so long. Have gratitude. Thank you, God, for this job. Thank you for my colleagues who support me. Thank you for my boss who gives me an off when I'm not well or something like that. Could you please learn to be grateful to all those people? Could you please learn to be grateful for that money that comes, that check that comes in your bank at the end of the month? Could you please learn to be grateful to, the wife who budgets your the money that you earn and make sure that you have ironed clothes and good food on the table? See, so Amit, you cannot live with that perception that job is बोझ. मैं गुरु नहीं हूं बाबा. हाँ, तो ऐसे ही होना चाहिए ना. मैंने बचपन में एक चीज सीखी थी. एक लाइन पढ़ी थी मैंने जो मुझे बहुत अच्छी लगी, मेरे दिमाग में ना बस गई वो. मैंने मुझे Okay, so that is another side of me which I don't know. Some of you may know, many of you may not know. I used to write poetry. I still have a page on Instagram by the name of GJINNII, Ginni. एंड कुछ भी जो भी मन में कच्चर पट्टी आती है सब लिख देती हूँ पोएट्री के नाम के ऊपर. अब तो मैं आई डोंट राइट एनी मोर नाउ. वट एवर यू रीड इज माई मेमोरीज फ्रॉम माई फेसबुक पेज दैट कम अप, वो डाल देती हूँ. आई डोंट राइट एनी मोर, बट आई यूज टू राइट. And when I used to write, I used to love Urdu. So I once tried to learn Urdu from my grandfather. And I never went beyond Alaf, Be, Te, Te, Se, something like that. I never went beyond that. But it was, I always found Urdu very beautiful. And जब मैं दिल से लिखती हूँ तो दो ही लैंग्वेजेस होती हैं. Either it is English, like proper English, or it is Urdu. And as in Urdu words बहुत सारे होते हैं उसमें, and I love that language. It's one of, I feel that is one of the sweetest languages, other than of course there are many, but Urdu. So जब मैं उर्दू पोएट्री पढ़ने की कोशिश कर रही थी, आई हैव दैट बुक, इंतखाब लुगात करके एक बुक है जिसमें उर्दू पोएट्री लिखी है, उसको हिंदी में और इंग्लिश में translate किया हुआ है. And the other poetry books that I used to read is Gulzar's. So when I used to read poetry, and when I was reading about Ghalib, so somebody had written about Ghalib कि Ghalib को लोग इसलिए पसंद करते थे. I will tell you, Ghalib को लोग इसलिए पसंद करते थे क्योंकि वो आम इंसान की भाषा में लिखता था, उनकी भाषा में बोलता था और उनके दिल को छूता था. Now, if I start writing in very flowery language and high funda language, you won't understand. So what is the point if you don't understand? Who the hell is going to read my poetry and appreciate it? So when I am talking, if I am going to talk like all those, why are these books so popular? These books, so this is what I'm reading right now. So मैं क्या करती हूँ, कभी 2 पेज इसके पढ़ लिए, कभी इसके पढ़ लिए. ये मैं मेरे ख्याल से 1-2 बार पढ़ चुकी हूँ. This is a very good book. You should read. It is about living in the now. It is about Amit. This is one book you should definitely read. This is about again living in the now, the power of now, and the reason I talk like a friend, because if I'm going to talk like a, एक वो होता है ना, वो स्टैंड होता है, उसके सामने प्राइम मिनिस्टर की तरह पेपर लेके खड़े हो जाते हैं और नाक पे चश्मा और बोलते हैं मित्रों. तो अगर मैं ऐसे लिखा हुआ लेक्चर पढ़ूंगी तो कोई नहीं आएगा यहाँ सुनने, किसी को लेक्चर नहीं चाहिए. दोस्त बन के आप बात करते हो किसी से तो शायद कोई आपकी बात सुन ले. और ऐसा नहीं है कि मैं चाहती हूँ कि लोग आए और सुने, but I'm just a social person. I have a great sense of humor. Some people don't. And I like to talk to, about nice things. And I definitely like to make people smile. It's the best thing you can do. I met one day, I had gone to, I'll speak about that, Ruby, you were asking me. I have actually spoken about it before, but I'll just tell you, I had gone for dinner one day with some friends. I'm talking about long back. And these 2-3 girls came up and they said that, we wish to start a foundation called the Share a Smile Foundation. And so they had not named it Share a Smile. They had said that we wish to start a foundation because they know I'm a numerologist or whatever, and they knew my friend who was there. So they said we need your advice. Okay, what should we call that foundation which brings smiles on people's faces? Because everybody is so serious, everybody is so tired, everybody is so sad in life, everybody is depressed, everybody is frustrated, everybody is angry, everybody is fearsome, insecure. कितने सारे नेगेटिव इमोशंस हैं, इतनी सारी नेगेटिविटी में रहते कैसे हो? वही जब मैंने परसों वाटर मेडिटेशन करवाया था 2 दिन पहले, 3 दिन पहले, if I would have told you in your mind that okay, now go into a dungeon and there is a fire burning and there are bats who are going to come and eat you, or this is going to happen, how would you feel? Horrible, right? But do you realize that that's exactly what you're doing if you have all those negative emotions? That's exactly what you're doing. That pool, that going down the steps, that was like entering into your subconscious mind. It was a hypnotherapy session. It was like entering into your subconscious mind and tapping into the positivity of your subconscious mind. If you have all those negative emotions and fears and anger and insecurity and hatred and frustration and depression and desperation, that means your subconscious mind is full not of beautiful, miraculous water or flowers or butterflies or birds. Your subconscious mind is full of bats. It's full of, shit, probably things that hurt you. It is full of fire, which is going to burn you. It is full of like walking on coal. Can you even imagine that? So I like to bring a smile on people's faces. And these people came and asked me that, we wish to bring a smile on people's faces. What is the name that would you suggest? So I said, I think the best would be Share a Smile. Beyond which way they went and started that NGO. It is still there on Facebook and everywhere. And you can go and look for it, Share a Smile Foundation. It only believes in bringing a smile to people's faces. And what is the best thing? How could you do it? By appreciating people, by looking at the positive in it, not the negative in it. So when you say my job is a bore, or my relationship is bad, or my marriage is bad, or my I'm getting bored at home, I don't know what to do, my life is useless, I am this, I am that, you are only strengthening your negative belief systems, and you're going deeper and deeper into that pit, in that dungeon of negativity where there's only darkness. And even that fire that burns there does not bring light, it only burns you. So please don't do that to yourself. मेरा क्या जाएगा, मेरा तो कुछ नहीं जाएगा, लेकिन आप अपनी जिंदगी के साथ क्या कर रहे हो ये सोचो. And when you ask me about Ruby, how I shifted to tarot, so बहुत सारी चीजें थी. So when I was pregnant with my second son, I wanted to find a cure for, I was trying to find a cure for my first son for his cerebral palsy. And I was very ambitious. I was very adamant. I was very positive. I was like, how old was I? 24? And I was like, मैं तो इसको इंडिपेंडेंट करके रहूंगी, डॉक्टर कुछ भी बोले. And मैंने there are other books which I will, so there are books I have on herbs and foods that heal, and that is my remedy, not only for health but for beauty or whatever you say, that I use. If you wish, I can do a session on that, and I can read from it or tell you about my experiences or what I have used to bring up my kids. मेरे बच्चे जब बीमार होते हैं तो मैं उनको डॉक्टर के पास नहीं लेके जाती, मैं उनको किचन में जाती हूँ और वहां से कुछ इलाज करने की कोशिश करती हूँ. एंड बट हाँ, जैसे जैसे बच्चे बड़े हो रहे हैं, दे वांट टू गो टू अ डॉक्टर बिकॉज दे डोंट हैव द पेशेंस, बिकॉज इट टेक्स अ लिटिल लॉन्गर. So हुआ क्या कि I started with homeopathy. I started learning homeopathy. I still have those books. I still have those homeopathy materia medica and all that. Okay, Ritu, I will do that. And then I got busy with my second son. Delivery ho gayi. I got busy with that, and I used to use only homeopathy medicines in the house. I literally had like 1,000 small bottles of liquids and pills and everything. Each and you name it, I had the medicine at home. But then something happened, and I just gave it away to the homeopathic hospital. I just donated it. I don't like being interrupted or interfered with, so I just gave it away. Then after that, when I learned Makaton for my son to communicate in that language, and then um, after that, I started having some problems in my marriage, and I wanted answers. So, one actress, so I used to live in an area where I was surrounded by actors and actresses. And she was a close friend of mine, and she took me to this one angel card reader. And I was amazed. I was like, she takes out one card and two card, and she tells me everything. And, wow, this is magic. I didn't know about tarot till then. Then again, something happened, and then somebody told me about the tarot reader who later on happened to be my teacher. I learned from two, three teachers. I learned tarot from two, three people. And so I went to her, and then I realized she's using some different cards. So I asked her about it, and she told me that I don't think you should do tarot. I think you should do numerology. So she gave me the number of a teacher to learn numerology, and I started learning numerology. Muscular dystrophy के बारे में मैंने कल पढ़ा था ना रितु? Oh my God, died at the age of 9. I'm so sorry to hear that. I'm so sorry to hear Ritu. Ugh. When my son was 10 years old, some astrologer told my mother, he was 10, he was, yeah, approximately 8 or 9. He told my mother that this boy is not going to live for more than next 5 years. And no, I don't know her personally. And that scared me so much. But at that point, I didn't know whether to pray for his life or for his death, because of obviously the kind of life he lives even today. And my mother told me that just let him be. I was like, no, I'm going to treat him normally. Whether he's going to live or die, I'm going to treat him normally. And today he's 32. So, that is one thing astrologers should not do, is talk about somebody's death to them, that, you're going to die, or this one is going to die. ये ऐसे लोग ना एस्ट्रोलॉजी का न्यूमरोलॉजी का नाम खराब करते हैं. Anyway, so I went to this person, and then I was intrigued by tarot, and I told her I want to learn tarot, and she said, no, you learn numerology. So I went to somebody else to learn tarot, and then she came to know that I'm doing tarot. I'm learning tarot. So she said, okay, come, I'll teach you. And she was very sweet, and I learned a lot from both of my tarot readers. And of course, on the side, I was learning numerology as well. But before tarot, I learned angel cards. I learned about angels. I learned about healing. Then I came to know about Tamanna. So I went to her to learn angel healing. Well, that workshop never happened, because then something or the other kept coming up. Tamanna got married, and she shifted and all that. So that never happened. But yeah, that's how I got into all this. And I actually never planned to do it professionally. This was never my profession. It was just I learned it to do it for myself. And then for practice, I started doing it for my friends. And when I would say something, it would come true. So they started telling their friends, and that's how word spread. And then my teacher told me I used to do it for free. So my teacher said that no, you're not supposed to do it for free. Please charge them. So I used to say, okay, तेको जो देना है दे दे. 10-11 रुपया भी ठीक है. तो कोई 100 देता था, कोई 500 देता था, कोई कुछ भी दे देता था. ठीक है. Then eventually, it multiplied, and then I started charging 500, then 1,000, then 1,500, then 2,000, and then finally I made. Yeah, it was actually when I learned numerology, I realized a lot of things about my life and myself. It's when I learned numerology and tarot, that is when I realized. So yeah, my first batch is going to get over next week. And like I said, my students are going to come and do, at least I'm hoping they will do it. अब last minute मान जाए तो अच्छा है. अगर वो, that stage fright kind of thing, if it happens, that nervousness, and if they don't come, then I don't know. But so May, I'm going to start my new batch for tarot. So if you wish to learn, you can always get in touch with me on WhatsApp. Super moon, it is, no, the moon is in on 27th of April. The full moon is in Libra and the sun is in Aries, and I think it should be good. I'm very positive about this moon. I think it should be good. I do online classes, yes, on WhatsApp or Telegram. My number is 810-8872-131. +91 is the code, India. टेस्टिमनी, क्या टेस्टिमनी शेयर करूं? मेरे इंस्टाग्राम पे तो होती है अमिता. इफ यू स्क्रॉल डाउन, एंड में तुम्हें सिर्फ टेस्टिमनीज ही मिलेंगी. बट यू कैन गो ऑन टू माई जस्ट डायल पेज एंड यू कैन check out all the testimonies and reviews. Parth, nobody is one sign. Everybody is at least 3 signs. My Insta ID is GINNIANEJA11. Ginni Aneja 11. That is my ID everywhere, on Twitter, on Insta, YouTube. So एक होता है सन साइन पार्थ, एक होता है मून साइन, और एक होता है असेंडेंट. जब आप कुंडली बनाते हो तो फर्स्ट हाउस ऑन द टॉप इज योर असेंडेंट, which is about your mind, which is about your subconscious mind, conscious mind, which is about your body, which is about your features, which is about your physical, how tall, short, etc., etc. Then the sun sign is how you behave on women's health. Okay, I will do that. Okay, I will do that. I had that on my mind. I was actually planning to, but ये COVID ने कुछ करने नहीं दिया. But I will do that. 810. I will write it down here. Wait. And एक होता है sun sign. That is how you behave in front of other people. And एक होता है moon sign. That is your subconscious mind. That is how you think or behave when you're alone. That is your innermost, your heart, your feelings, your emotions. So that must be because, okay, I'm not an astrologer, I'm not taking astrology classes, but how you act, your actions, your reactions, that is your Mars. Sun is your thinking and your behavior, but your actions and reactions is your Mars. Your love, romantic relationships or luxury and all that in your life is your Venus. So depending on in which sign that is, your speech, how you speak, and everything, that is your voice, your knowledge, your studies, your education, that is your Mercury. And क्या बोला पार्थ ने? Part suggestions is right. What suggestion did he give? Okay, I didn't read that. But Jupiter is your higher education. It is your spiritual or religious education. And Saturn is your hard work, your manual labor, your servants, your colleagues. It is your so Sun being the government, and Saturn becomes, so Sun, if Sun is, for example, Narendra Modi, then Mars is Uddhav Thackeray, and Saturn is BMC. That's how it goes. Okay. But, okay, anyway, that's your life. That is my contact on Instagram. I've also given my WhatsApp. So if you want a tarot class or an appointment, I request, please message me on WhatsApp. I prefer that because when the automated messages go, I don't have to type, I don't have to reply, and you get all the information there is to it. Okay, so it is 11 o'clock. Oh shit, I didn't realize. कहाँ मैं आधे घंटे के लिए 15 मिनट के लिए आई थी और 1.5 घंटा हो गया. Anyway, so thank you everyone. Different moles and different parts of the body has a definition. You can Google it. The Chinese have actually a book. In fact, I have books on. I had started self-study in face reading 3-4 years back, but किसी वजह से वो रह गई बीच में. तो वो भी books पढ़ी हुई हैं. कभी तुम, if you all want, I can open those books and read out to you, or I'll probably just share some tips from that. But thing about women's health and about herbs and spices and things from the kitchen which is beneficial to our body and everything, that is something that I've had on my mind, and I will come and do that very soon. The weather in Mumbai is so hot. AC इधर है और उसमें मुझे पसीने आ रहे हैं. That is the weather in Mumbai. It's very hot, but thank God for the sun, because if we didn't have the sun, it would be very dark and cold. So thank God for the sun. Goodbye, everyone. Take care. And don't forget to join tomorrow for the forest meditation. Bye. WhatsApp group nahi, mera Telegram group hai. And my Telegram group, I think, is called Ginni Aneja. Kya hai? Ek minute, let me check. My Telegram group is there, but whatever I share on Instagram and everything, the same thing I share here. It's called Ginni Aneja 11, I think. Yeah, Ginni Aneja 11. So that is my Telegram group. Okay, you all can WhatsApp group नहीं बनाने वाली मैं. Telegram बस हो गया. वो मैं उसमें याद से डाल दूं तो ही बहुत है. मुझे याद ही नहीं रहता है आधे टाइम. And okay, please pray. If you all get time, go back, see that meditation before sleeping. Do that meditation for COVID patients all over the world. I have a lot of near and dear ones who are sick, so I would be grateful. Thank you so much. Good night. Goodbye. And if we do need to come back for tarot, I will come back very soon. I mean to say, in SSR's case. If you all have questions, you all can make a thread on my Twitter. Write the questions below each other's questions. And when I see कि हाँ enough questions हैं, आ जाऊंगी मैं करने के लिए. Don't worry. Bye. Good night.